Okay, so we talked a lot about some cool plants. Well, this one's not a cool plant. It's cool in, I guess, in that I like to say it's pernicious. Um, it's everywhere throughout the Midwest. It's a horrible plant. It's multiflora rose. Rosa multiflora. Rosa multiflora. Multiflora just meaning many flowers, multiflowered. So multiflora rose is obviously in the Rosaceae, the rose family, and it's going to have these 5 petals, white petals, and look at how many flowers you get on this thing. And this is not a big one. It can grow over 10 feet tall, especially if it has something it has these long legs. Look at these legs, these leggy, ugly thing. And so it has these long legs, and it grows over, like up and over trees, and yeah, and it becomes quite dense. So it becomes quite dense in places, and so it's very much a pain in the butt to walk through a woods and get your face ripped off by this thing, quite literally. Quite literally. So let's get a close up of these flowers quick. Nothing too special beside that there's many of them. They're white. All of our native flowers are pink for the most part, at least in Indiana. For the most part, you get some that are whitish with a pink blush, but for the most part, they're all pink. Okay, and look how small these flowers are, and there's many of them. But a couple things that we're going to look at though. Here, let's. So you can see, I guess, on the stem here, it has these prickles. So roses don't actually have thorns. You know, you can. Oh, there it goes. Tell you this in a second. You can tell Brett Michaels that he's full of garbage. Roses actually have prickles, not thorns. And we'll talk about that maybe in another video when we talk about. Yeah, I should do a video on prickles, thorns, and spines. That'll be coming up next. How's that? So anyway, this has prickles, not thorns, technically speaking. So let's see if we can get a good view of the thorns or the prickles. Look at me. I can't even. I'm brainwashed. So it has these flared prickles that are kind of are recurved, kind of like that. And by doing that, when you walk, it grabs onto you and just shreds. It shreds. Things like Rosa palustris, our native swamp rose, those prickles are going to be more straight out. They're not going to be recurved down. Another thing to notice, let's pull one of these off. Let's pull one of these off, these leaves. So this is a leaf. This is a leaf, a whole leaf with leaflets. And the leaflets on the top are usually hairless, and on the bottom they're going to be hairy. Okay, going to be hairy. I'm going to try to post some pictures up now that I can do that, so you can see what I'm talking about. They're going to be sharply toothed. They're going to be sharply toothed. They are also going to be oftentimes more than 3 to 5. So if you think of something like Rosa setigera, that's going to have 3 to 5, usually 3, but sometimes 5. And this is going to be over 5 sometimes. Like here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. But one of the key features to look at that's going to separate this from, we have some things like Rosa Carolina as well. That's going to be short. It's not going to be big, long, and arching like this. And that's also going to have usually pink flowers. But look at this. Look at the stipule. Look at the stipule. This stipule has a comb-like structure. The stipule has a comb-like structure. It has a comb-like structure. And that's indicative of this species. We're not going to see that on the other species, Rosa palustris, nor will we see it on Rosa setigera. I can never talk when I'm doing these videos. But my friends would say I can't do it in real life either. So anywho's, what else? Oh, yeah, so another thing is their fruit, which if I find some, I'll throw it on, or else you'll see a picture. Their fruit are going to be small and smooth. Small and smooth. All right, so yeah, the fruit will be, it's going to be small, and it's going to be like ellipsoid. So it's going to be more ellipsoid looking and not as much spherical, like you're going to see in both climbing rose and in marsh rose. Marsh rose actually, and this one, Rosa palustris, marsh rose, Rosa palustris is going to have, their fruits are going to be covered in glandular hairs, and And this is hairless. They're going to be glossy, super glossy and small on Rosa multiflora. And then thinking of those stipules again on the leaf base, they're going to have glandular hairs too on the leaf base there as well. So Rosa multiflora. So this was introduced by, you know, your grandpa and your grandpa's grandpa and your Uncle Sam, and it was introduced for ornamental value, sometimes as a rootstock for your nice foo-foo roses. It also was used as a living fence for livestock, because if livestock doesn't want to go through it, you know, nobody does. And so that was bad deals, because then it's, you know, birds love the seeds and mammals love the keens that are wrapped in this fleshy grossness. Well, I guess some people eat it, so maybe it's not a grossness. Now I'm just rambling. But either way, this thing spreads like crazy. It's very invasive and horrible to walk through when you're trying to enjoy your nice walk in the woods. Rosa multiflora, bad plant. If it's on your property, kill it if you can. Anywho's, that's it. Cheers. Yeah, look at this one. This one just looks like it wants to eat your brains out. You know, literally, it's just an awful plant. Just an awful plant.